Infinite skills. If it happens on the field, man, you already know. TampaBay.com is where you gotta go to get the facts and the stats, plus the quotes and the block. 6 seasons on the block, we in #1 spot. Yeah, Tampa Bay Times got this game on lock. Friday night rewind, home team, we don't stop.
Hi there, Joey Knight with Friday Night Rewind. This is our Week 2 playoff preview and a special treat for you. Friday Night Rewind always going innovative on you. We've got Matt Baker, remote satellite hookup in Dade City. Matt, let's throw it out to you.
Hey Joey. Pasco's got a good test against Gainesville Eastside. The Rams have a dynamic quarterback named Sir Jackson. He ran wild against Anklo in Eastside's 37-0 victory over the Sharks the other night. But Pasco's got some playmakers too. Janarian Grant rushed for a touchdown the other night. David Emmanuel, 135 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. And of course, Joey Ivey led a defensive line, had something like 8 sacks against North Marion. You know, I'll take Pasco to win this one. Back to you, Joey.
Hey.
Thanks, Matt. Okay.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's kick off rematch week, and let's start out with probably the biggest game of all the rematches, the Hillsborough-Armwood contest.
October 18th, Hillsborough defeats Armwood 3-0, gives the Hawks their first shutout defeat in 11 years. Hillsborough's only scoring drive was prompted by 3 consecutive Hawks personal foul penalties. Again, I say it again, Armwood is 15 points, Cody, from an undefeated season, but that also was Hillsborough sophomore quarterback Dwayne Lawson's breakout game. He had 241 total yards. I just cannot see Armwood letting him run free like that here in the rematch. I see another low-scoring game, though.
Durant Newsome, a little bit of a surprise to be here. More so because they scored so many points against Gaither last week, but the rematch, you see it going any different?
Not really. Newsome had more than 500 rushing yards against Gaither. You got to give props to Will Worth and that wing tee. Durant is well coached defensively. I imagine they'll have a very good game plan for that wing tee, to stop those jets and those sweeps that Newsome likes to run out of that offense. I just cannot see the Durant Cougars allowing Newsome and Will Worth to run wild for 300-400 rushing yards. I just don't see it.
Another team seeking revenge, the Lakewood Spartans. They played Robinson during the regular season and lost. Couldn't get the running game going. Tracy Johnson got nothing, no time to pass. Other than a quick Robinson score, though, the Spartans hung in there, and they looked very good last week. How do you see the rematch going?
Well, that's the key. You mentioned quick Robinson score. Robinson has scored first in every game it has played this year. If the Spartans come out and jump on the Knights early, it'll be interesting to see how Robinson responds. Lakewood could have some injury issues, Cody, coming into this game. Rodney Adams, you may see him in the Wildcat a little bit. That concerns Robinson coach Mike DePew quite a bit. If the Spartans come out and jump on the Knights early, who knows how that will affect the dynamic of this game.
Clearwater Central Catholic will host Tampa Catholic, and CCC's defense has been absolutely unbelievable. They had a shutout last week and the week before, and I think the week before that, and they really stuck it to Tampa Catholic the first time around. I think Tampa Catholic had less than 75 yards of total offense. They need more this week than they did.
Not sure, Cody. Tampa Catholic has a lot of momentum coming in. They went to a very tough environment at Fort Meade last week and won 24-23, but they really just struggled offensively, like you said, against Clearwater Central Catholic. I don't know if that changes. I don't know if they can tweak enough things. You don't go in with an entirely new game plan. You just try to tweak and refine. Can the Crusaders tweak and refine what they do enough to go in and beat CCC? I just don't know.
And let's touch on a couple of these other games. Plant traveling to #1, Dr. Phillips.
Panthers played very well defensively against Orlando Freedom last week, had 5 sacks. They're averaging nearly 300 rushing yards a game over their last 3 games. And Dr. Phillips may be having some injury issues with Marcel Harris, their great safety. They're catching Dr. Phillips at the right time. I like Plant.
And Eastlake will host Vero Beach, and last week Pete DeNovo threw over 300 yards. Vero Beach comes in with an explosive offense as well. That could be a very high-scoring, high passing yardage type of game. It should be pretty exciting, and that could set up the Eastlake Plant rematch in the region final that we've all looked for. Carrollwood Day School pulled off an upset last week. I think I'd call it an upset. And this week they'll play First Academy Naples Christian Baptist University Academy School. How do you see that one going?
I like the Patriots against First Academy Baptist Day School of Naples. The Lions are 11-0. Kind of deceptive though, Cody. They play in a suspect district. They have a couple of 1,000-yard rushers, but they are not nearly as fast as Moorhaven, whom Carrollwood Day defeated on Friday. I give the speed advantage to Robert Davis and Andy Ambody and company. I like the Patriots moving on.
And it's round 2 of the shit. That's an ominous start.
Suspect district. They've got a couple of 1,000-yard. Start. Okay. Dang it. That was good. Thank you, Matt. And what am I saying? I like them against Naples First Baptist Country Day. The Lions are.
Pasco playing Gainesville Eastside. Pirates should have a good chance to beat this one. Eastside has
It's a good chance to beat this one.
Yeah, I know that didn't really make sense, did it?
So go ahead, start over.
Okay.
That just threw me off.
I'm gonna do my Bigfoot Sasquatch walk behind you. Have you ever seen you stumble over your words quite as much?
It's cold. That's the problem.
This is Friday Night Rewind.